So, shout out to the Pat McAfee Show for posting this, but I want to react to this today. This is the interview that Roger Goodell did. I think it was a couple nights ago, and a little bit different than what you normally see at a Super Bowl week of Roger Goodell. But he answered two important questions. One, is the NFL scripted? And two, is Taylor Swift influencing who they want to be in the Super Bowl, right? That's the two questions. Now, Roger Goodell is a great, I would say, dip and dodger. He's very good at taking a point that is said, and I had to block off half the screen here because of, the NFL. If you post anything about them, their name. Anyway, my point is that he's very great at avoiding the question. He takes the question you ask him, like you say, hey man, where did you go today? And instead of just telling you I went to the store, he'll tell you a million things on why the outside is beautiful, why the tree right there is beautiful, why the flowers smell so good, why the pavement feels so good, why the sun was so good today, why the weather was... That's what he does. He gives you a million different misdirections instead of just answering the question. And then what he does in the end is he brings it back to that. So you're like, where'd you go? Well... I'll give you a million different things. You forget about what you were asking or what you were going to ask next. And then eventually we get back to a point of, yeah, and I went to the store. And the store today was amazing. It was great. It's not me directly answering what I did. It's me directly trying to bring everything else in so that you forget about what the subject is. And then I don't have to answer a follow-up question. He does this very well with pretty much every interview he has. He's very good at misdirecting everything. It is a very smart tactic, and I will say he does a very good job at it. All right, so let's get right into it. So first question is Taylor Swift.
Both championship games, over 50 million viewers. What do you attribute those record-breaking numbers to? And in all honesty, how much is it the Taylor Swift effect?
Good part, Raj.
I would tell you it's because of the great competition. Listen, the competition has been off the charts this year. We've had 70 games that I think 70% of our games have been within one score in the fourth quarter. The young stars, the older stars, the amazing performances by teams, you see all that. That's what fans ultimately love. Having the Taylor Swift effect is also a positive. Listen, both Travis and Taylor are wonderful young people. They seem very happy. She knows great entertainment, and I think that's why she loves NFL football. But I think it's great to have her a part of it. Obviously, it creates a buzz. It creates another group of young fans, particularly young women, that are interested in seeing, why is she going to this game? Why is she interested in this game? Besides Travis, she is a football fan, and I think that's great for us.
All right, so I think the real answer in all this is Taylor brings in a new audience. He did say that in the end. Like I said, he'll get there in the end. He just dips and dives or through 1,000 million different circles before he gets there in the end. But yes, she brings in a new audience. She is the reason why that the championship game had so many viewers. I don't believe if she was not in there and it was the Bills versus the Ravens, there's no way they would have pulled that many viewers. Don't even try to bullcrap me. He bullcrapped us last year with this stupid referee crap where he was like, well, there's a million different calls in the NFL every year. 10% of them are messed up, but that's only 10%. That's 100,000 missed calls, Goodell. That's a problem. You can't have 100,000 missed calls and say that's a good referee crew. Point is, though, obviously, no. He's not going to come out straight up and say the truth, which is, yeah, if we had, Josh Allen in there and Baltimore in there, no people would watch the game, but it wouldn't be as much fans. And if the Chiefs were knocked out in the first round of the playoffs by Miami Dolphins, these playoffs, views-wise, would be crap. They would be dog crap. They would be. they wouldn't be anything close to what we see them are they are right now, because there is a huge effect of Taylor Swift in what's called Chiefs, Taylor Swift in the playoffs, now in the Super Bowl. So come on now. Like, I know he's not, I know he can't, I mean, no, he can, but I know he would never just come out and admit that, but that's not really what I have an issue with, by the way, is this. I don't have an issue with this. This is just really just him not just being honest and just coming out and just blatantly saying it. But my issue is the second one. So the second one is the second question that gets asked. And this one is if the NFL is scripted. And I'm going to tell you right now, the NFL is not scripted. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone thinks. It is not scripted. The NFL is influenced. It's not scripted. It's influenced. It's influenced based on Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. That's definitely a fact. It's influenced based on DraftKings, FanDuel, on betting. It's based on odds slash what's called odds slash it's based on over unders. Can't think of I can't think of the term right now. The point spreads. It's based on all that stuff. That's what the NFL is slanted slash favored to. It's not scripted, but a referee can easily project a game or push a game in a certain way depending on what the point spread is, what Vegas has it as, and all that kind of good stuff. And also, who would be the best games, okay? There's no ifs and buts about that. I don't care if you're a Chiefs fan. I don't care if you're a Bengals fan. I don't care if you're a Ravens fan. I don't care what fan base you like. At the end of the day, you have to admit, certain teams get certain calls and go certain ways because of, number one, it would get the most views to have that team in a championship or in a Super Bowl or in the playoffs. Number two, people are betting against that team or they're betting for that team, but they're not betting against Vegas point spreads. It's just how it works, okay? The NFL is a business. They want to make money. The NFL, now with forcing DraftKings and betting down our throats, they want to make the most money out of it. How you make the most money out of it? Simple. You kind of push games towards certain directions. You're not physically changing games. Well, some of them, the refs do actually change the games. The Lions versus Cowboys game, the refs completely changed the outcome of that game. But for the most part, you kind of just push it toward certain directions. You know, a flag here, flag there, missed call. This happens, that happens. You don't call it all the time. And this is not me sitting here saying that the Chiefs are the only team that gets this, that happens for this. Okay, it's not just the Chiefs that get this, you know, special privilege, right? What you have to understand is it's beyond just the Chiefs. The Chiefs, yes, are getting a lot of love this year because of the fact of Taylor Swift. But you have to understand is this goes on all 32 NFL teams, probably except for our team, I would say, and a couple other teams. But I would say for majority of the teams, that the refs will base the game based on point spreads, over-unders, and what people are betting on that certain time. It's just how it works. And if you think that's not true and there's no, you know, collusion going on, I don't know what to tell you. The NFL is not scripted. It's just pushed toward a narrative or pushed toward a way that benefits the NFL as a business. Let's react to what he said.
To those who think it's all scripted by the NFL.
I don't think I'm that good a scripter or anybody on our staff. I think it's, you know, listen, there is no way that I could have scripted that one. Let's just put it that way. But she is, or anybody in our office, she's a remarkable performer. She knows great entertainment. I had the opportunity to go to 2 of her concerts with our girls and my wife. She's the best of the best. And
again, I don't believe that he is scripting anything or his team is scripting anything or anything is scripted in that way. But the point is, you can push games, you can push things toward a certain direction. It's especially with how much control these referees can have in these close games and these tight games. It easily can be swayed one way or another. It's just the facts of the facts is. I know at the end of the day, that's not what everyone wants to hear. And everyone wants to hear, well, it's scripted or it's not scripted. It's not scripted, but it's swayed. And he does a good job of swaying those outcomes. He really does. Okay, you got to keep in mind when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year, this guy right here, the man you see on your screen, got hugged by Chris Jones, and he said to Chris Jones, "Man, we did it. We did it." Okay, because he's a part of that. He is a part of that. And it is what it is at the end of the day. Again, like I said, this is not me taking a direct shot at the Chiefs and saying the Chiefs are the only team that gets, the positives and all this. That's not always the fact, okay? There are other teams that get benefits too. But I will say the Chiefs do get majority of it because Roger Goodell is a Chiefs fan. Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl makes the most money. Taylor Swift team in the playoffs makes the most money. It is what it is. It's not scripted, but it's slanted in their favor. And it will always be, especially if next season Taylor Swift and, let's say, Kelsey doesn't retire. 100%. It's going to always be like that. And now Jason Kelsey recently came out and said he's not retiring. So now it looks like Travis is not retiring. So we're going to see this forever and ever. It is what it is at the end of the day. Again, I'm not trying to sit here and complain about it. My point is, I'm just trying to convey a point. Okay? I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.